Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. How are you all doing? Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai Daily Live. Has this week flown or is that just me? Are you feeling in a little bit better mood because the weather is like a little bit chillier, a little bit fresher on the way to work? Are you enjoying the colder weather, Alan?
I hate it.
Me too. Alan said she hated it. Yeah, I'm not a fan.
No.
No. I just spoke to Shanaz on the way in and she said she loves it. She loves the kind of blistery feeling, but give me the sun. Is the sun coming back at the weekend yet? I don't know. We're going to be talking about a couple of school stories and also about the Arsenal players that have landed in Dubai. But I kind of want to go straight into this first story because it's a story that came to our attention on Twitter because people tagged Lovin Dubai in the story because they wanted to know if it was being shared. A video of a heartbreaking bullying incident at a Dubai private school has gone viral. Now, we have the video here beside us. It's been blurred to hold off the identities of the people in the video and also the school. But if you see it, it's a difficult watch. It's difficult for parents to watch. It's difficult for students. It's difficult for anyone. It can bring back memories or it could just kind of invoke a sense of injustice, I think. What's happening is a bully is threatening a student, and then she even goes on to say, if you tell anybody what happens here, I will get really mad. And then she also kind of pulls the girl hair, and if you saw the unblurred version, you can see that the girl is really, really distressed. She wants to get out of the situation. She even says she wants to go home. She's in tears. It's really difficult to watch, and you really, really feel for the girl in the video. The school have come out. So first of all, it went on Twitter. It was actually shared by a student who wanted to get the attention of the KHDA. So it was shared by a student. The KHDA responded immediately. They said it's unacceptable. And the school have also come out with a statement saying we're aware of the incident, confirmed that the appropriate action has already been taken, which in fact we've heard that 2 students have been asked to leave the school, or they're leaving the school, and also there's been some suspensions. The school goes on to say the school acted promptly to investigate and resolve the issue, and we will continue to prioritise the safety, security and well-being of our students. So we shared this video onto our Instagram. A lot of people are the one comment was just, my blood is boiling watching it, because these stories don't really get shared. Alan, did you see the video? You're seeing it now?
I did. Unfortunately, yesterday.
Yeah, it went kind of viral yesterday. Guys, let me know if you've seen it. What are your thoughts? Alan, do you have any thoughts on it?
I don't want to start.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to finish.
Basically.
Yeah.
There is one comment. I think basically it's great to kind of open the conversation, though. This is something we were talking about before the show, because bullying can happen in a lot of schools. To be honest, I worked as a teacher before I came here, but I was working in the KG department, and I thought maybe this was a goggle-eyed impression. I thought that bullying here was less than it was in Ireland, where I grew up. I thought it was kind of, I thought the kids were more open. Alan is kind of shaking her head because she grew up in a school here. I think it depends, but one comment that really stood out to me, that it can lead back to the parents, because schools can do so much. A student can be expelled, but is that the answer? I'm not sure if expulsion is the answer, but it can go back to the parents themselves. So one comment that stood out to me was the woman said, so mindful parenting is very important. Kids are mirrors to reflect, and just really regret seeing that video. She also said, it's not only the schools, the seeds of bullying come from the family, which I thought was really strong and important. So what happens in schools by students may be reflective, and obviously you can't blame these students. This is another thing. So we're seeing a girl being bullied, which is heartbreaking, despicable, something no one wants to see. And then also on the other side of it, the bully, where does that negative energy come from? That's also a question, and I think it's really sad, but also, like we said, good that the conversation comes up, because now the school are aware of it, and also it will make, I think, hopefully, this conversation will make schools look inwardly and look, because this only came to light because of a tweet that went viral. So it was a small classroom situation. There was I think maybe 4 or 5, judging from the video, in the room, and it only came because the video went viral. But maybe with this video being shared, a tiny light from the girl that was bullied is that hopefully more conversations about bullying will happen, and we'll see less of it in schools in the UAE. I'm just going on to our comments. Yes, here. Good morning. Thank you for tuning into the show. Also, yeah, apologies for the video. It's just kind of hard to watch, I think. Yeah. Moving on to our next story, it's also school related, but in this one, I think we're going to have a lot of students a little bit happier. This was announced yesterday by the Ministry of Education in the UAE that all homework for public run schools, so government schools in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, is going to be scrapped, which is very cool. So there's 256 Abu Dhabi schools in Abu Dhabi and Dubai run by the government, and they're going to scrap homework. Alan's like, what? What are your thoughts on this? But it's not, there is a method to the madness. Basically what they're doing is they want to improve and focus on classroom education. So the time spent in the classroom, they want students to be enjoying it. So one of those methods, I think, is if you remove homework, maybe they will, let's say, for example, if you hate math and you have to go home every day and do math, are you going to come in the next day with renewed enthusiasm? No. You'll be less enthusiastic about the subject. So that's one thing. Along with that, they're kind of changing up the classroom system. So they're going to merge subjects. They're also going to give, let's say, for example, I think the length of the lessons will be lengthened to 90 minutes. However, they're also going to include practical activities within the classroom. So it's not just going to be pen to paper learning. There'll be 50 minutes of that and then 40 minutes of putting it to practical use. Now, I don't have examples of this, but I know that play-based learning in kindergarten, where I was teaching, was very, very important. So it's not just learning things off, it's actually using your mind, questioning things. So bringing that into the government-run schools is really good. What else? They're also going to include mental stimulation in the classroom. So at the end of every class, there'll be 5 minutes of using your brain in a fun way, which I think is a great way to kind of get kids like thinking in different ways. I'm sure there are. Any thoughts on that, Alan?
Or was this when I was in school?
Yes, exactly. I mean, but okay, not yes, exactly. But I think it's amazing that the education system is constantly improving. So yeah, it's a good point. Where was it when we grew up? I think I was. But now the fact that schools are working to improve the education system and not just doing the kind of rote learning that has been traditional way. So I think it's amazing that it's moving on a bit. However, parents, I think, have a divided opinion on this. Very, very tricky if you're a parent at home and you have kids coming home now without homework. Does that mean they're just going to be looking at their iPads every day, be looking at their phones, be looking at the TVs? Or the other school, Alan is nodding, yes, so that's one parent's thought. But the other school of thought is that maybe now, outside of school, where they're doing a lot of kind of traditional subjects, they can devote that time to the passions that to the things that they are passionate about. So music, art, whatever it is, technology. Even I'm not talking about like looking at your laptop, but if you're into coding, there may not be a class for coding in your school, but you can devote it. I think it depends on the home life. It depends on the student, if they're passionate, and also the parents. Parents, I'd love to get your thought on this. Is it just a dream to think that kids will now want to do their passions outside of school? Or is it the fact of reality that technology, iPads, is just kind of too much in your face and it'll be very hard to get kids to... But then, like I said, regardless if they're looking at phones, I mean, let's say there are educational tools here, by the way. We're not saying technology isn't educational. However, the fact that you're not devoting 3 hours to schoolwork, like we hated homework, right? Yeah. Homework was the worst, and it does not make you joy-filled to go into school. And what about the days that you weren't able to finish it? And it would give me fear. I was that type of kid that if I went into school the next day, I had fear for not being able to complete what the teacher asked of me, and it's this whole thing. So I think it's a great move overall. Alan, any thoughts on it?
I love it.
You love it?
I love it.
Yeah, it's great to see the system having a shake-up.
Let's see what it does, though. I don't quite think a lot of the kids these days are gonna go and enjoy their other skills.
Creative pursuits.
I don't think so. I don't know.
But like I said, there are documentaries on your phone. There are like games to help your mind, to stimulate your mind.
I don't think kids
Alan's like,
are
no,
watching documentaries.
but you don't. Yeah, I know that's true. But you don't have to.
Waste that time on homework and we can actually waste it on something else. I don't know. Like if I was a kid and that came out, I would definitely take that time and actually do some sports.
Sports,
venture out,
exactly.
maybe try something I couldn't have tried because, I mean, come on, I'm talking like as if I did homework every day.
But I mean, yeah, you went out, but as in sports, exactly, getting outside if you're that type of kid. I think like there's so much to be said for just going and playing hide and seek, kicking a ball about. I don't know. That's our thoughts on homework anyway. Just looping into some comments here. Mohammed says, tell schools education should not be business. That's a fair point. We're talking about government-run schools now, but before that. And also, I didn't like the fact that the school spoke about the legal implications. Yeah, we have a comment from the school that didn't mention the legal implications, but it's great to get your thoughts on it, and we always love to hear them. So thank you for sharing. And we're going to move on to our final story, a little bit different. We're moving away from schools to a whole other side of the field, actually, because we're talking about the Arsenal footballers are in Dubai. I didn't realise they're actually sponsored by Emirates, so it makes a lot of sense. They are training every day out at the Nad Al Sheba Sports Complex, which is an unbelievable facility. We see a lot of sports stars, world-class athletes come to the UAE and train there. But as well as that, in their downtime, so they're doing their training like students, and then in their downtime, they're going out. We've seen them in desert safari. There's really cool photos. I love in Dubai. And also this video, I'll just play it for you for a second. Let's see if you can hear it. It's a downtown restaurant. I wish you could see Alan right now.
I'm sorry, that's actually good. I love the music.
So that was the Arsenal players at a downtown restaurant having the time of their lives. However, I should say that in the comments that went onto our Love in Dubai Instagram when we posted that, people are throwing a lot of shade because they are 10th in the league. And then someone said they can't win a game, but at least they have sparklers. Which is very painful. However, I think the team are hoping that a change of scenery, a change of environment, and look at this weather, it's kind of perfect for some training, but maybe it's what they're used to. So yeah, it's great to see them having fun and making the most. And like I said, there are really good photos of that on Love in Dubai. Just before I sign off, someone just commented on the live saying that the bullying is a sad reality. And I think that's a very fair, accurate point. And just to finish off, it is a sad reality, but the more you talk about it and the more the kids are aware that they can talk about it, the more that the problem can maybe be solved. Those are our top stories. We'll be back tomorrow morning, same time, same place. See you then. Bye.